Hello there, Stevos, and welcome back to Steve's TV wrap-up. In this video, I'm going to be talking all things Loki, which is a Marvel Studios series which recently came out on Disney+. Now, for the last 6 weeks, we've been getting one episode a week. Thursday evenings over in the US, Friday mornings here in the UK, and me being in the UK, we've been getting them Friday mornings. So I've been watching these first thing on a Friday morning over the last 6 weeks. And now, given the fact that we're 1 week later from Loki's series finale, I kind of feel lost as to what to watch when I first wake up on a Friday morning. I'm just kind of there like, what do I watch? Because I've got no more Loki to watch. Now, Loki Series 2, I'm going to admit, to begin with, it kind of felt a bit of a slog for me. As in, it just, I don't know, it just didn't feel like, I didn't feel invested in the TV series. And I think it was only when we got to, I'm going to say only got to the end of episode 3. And then I started to get into it a bit more, I think. I think it was just the first 2 episodes that kind of got me feeling, ugh, you know. But I still stuck by it, though, because I did have a bit of trust in this. I mean, you know, you've got Tom Hiddleston as the lead of Loki. You know, this is Tom Hiddleston's series, you know. And to be honest with you, he plays the God of Mischief. He's not the God of Mischief anymore, people. No. He's the God of Time. No, God of Stories. That's it. There's not God of Time, God of Stories. So, basically, he now is like, I don't know, is he like, I guess you can kind of say he kind of holds the multiverse together. Like, all the branches out there in the wider universe, wider multiverse, I guess you could say. But I really loved it. I mean, the last 4 episodes of this show, I really, really loved them. I really loved them. I mean, you've got Jonathan Majors, who kind of plays a mixture between He Who Remains and Victor Timely. I really liked Victor Timely, and I honestly thought to myself, you know, he's playing the nice guy, but deep down I think he's just gonna do something that's just gonna turn the whole series on its head and stuff like that. But you know, obviously they've got like this loom kind of loom machine, I guess you could say, and you know, it's obviously a machine that kind of keeps all the, it's meant to keep all the branches in the universe and wider multiverse together, but it ends up imploding. And in episode 4, wasn't it? Yeah, it was episode 4. The machine imploded, and obviously Victor Timely was going to go out to this machine and stop it from blowing up, but sadly they opened the doors and he ended up getting vaporized, spaghettiized, I don't know what you want to call it, but he ended up just vanishing, similar to how Reed Richards vanished in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness when Wanda used her magic and turned him into spaghetti, you know. I guess that's what happened to Victor Timely in the end of episode 4. And I honestly was shocked, partially, because I was kind of there like, well, looks like that's another variant of Kang that's just gone out the window again. He's died, you know. And then we get into episode 5, and I honestly, by the time episode 4 ended, right, I honestly thought to myself, I thought, what if this is like the beginning of like a whole big reset for the Marvel Cinematic Universe? I don't think it was so much a like reset to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It was more the case of, oh no, the universe has just imploded on itself, and now, you know, there's just going to be massive repercussions, you know, in the future for future Marvel Cinematic Universe projects. Oh god, you know. Now I know that Loki does, it does kind of tie into Deadpool 3, because the TVA, which obviously we first meet in Series 1 of Loki, they obviously continue into Series 2. Obviously, they are going to be playing a bit of a part in Deadpool 3, from what I've understood. So we are going to be seeing the TVA again. I think we might even see Miss Minutes again as well in Deadpool 3. I've heard rumours that Owen Wilson might be in Deadpool 3 as well, so which will be really good as Mobius. Again, I really love the character development of Mobius. I love the character development in Series 1. I loved it in Series 2 as well, and I love the fact that we got to dive a little bit into his story and backstory for that matter as well. So, really loved that. You know, I loved Sylvie in this as well. I mean, I thought Sylvie was good in Series 1, but again, she kind of shows like she has no remorse for her actions in Series 1, at the end of Series 1, going into Series 2. She just shows no remorse to what she did, you know. The end of Series 1, you may remember that she killed He Who Remains at the end of time, you know, and obviously, you know, that had massive repercussions going forwards for the MCU. And we see at the beginning of Series 2 that she doesn't really have any remorse about that. You know, she thought it was a good thing that she done that. But, you know, it's really funny though, because as soon as she does kill He Who Remains, we then later learn that she's decided to go into a timeline where she's a worker for a McDonald's branch. You know, I mean, yeah, that sounds normal, doesn't it? Go to the end of time, you know, cause a big massive repercussion for the future of a massive franchise, and then just go into a completely different timeline and go, oh look, there's a McDonald's over there. I'm going to go and work for him. And then go and work for the McDonald's. Yeah. I mean, that sounds normal, doesn't it? Anyway, I loved it. I loved that little kind of story arc there, you know, that she went back in time into another timeline and went and worked for a McDonald's, you know. But yeah, honestly though, you've got Ki-Hai Kwan as well, who plays Obi. Can I just say, I absolutely love Obi in this series. I think Ki-Hai Kwan was great as Obi in this. And I thought his character was developed really, really well as well. Yeah. Again, Miss Minutes, she appears first half of the series, terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. How have I not had nightmares about this character yet? How have I not had nightmares about Miss Minutes? You know, just her popping out going, hey y'all, I'm Miss Minutes. How have I not had nightmares about that yet? I don't know. But terrifying though. Absolutely, she scares me. She scares me. You know, please, if she does make an appearance in Deadpool 3, don't make her terrifying, just make her nice. You know, make Miss Minutes nice. That's all I ask for Deadpool 3. But yeah, no, in all seriousness though, I mean, this is a fantastic series, you know, and I do think that a lot of characters were developed really, really well in this as well. You know, and I think the story itself was great. I mean, the fact that I was invested, you know, I was invested in this, was also really, really great, especially towards the end. You know, it was one of those things where on a Friday morning, the first thing I had to do was go straight to Disney Plus and go and watch the new episode of Loki. You know, and I love that. I love it when you've got a show where, you know, you're invested in it and you're like, as soon as the next episode's out on a streaming service, I gotta go watch it. And I'm glad that I did. You know, I mean, I do think that, I don't think we're going to be getting a Series 3 of Loki. I don't think we will be. By the sounds of it, the writers of Loki has even said that they kind of did Loki as like a book. So Series 1 was the first half of the book. Series 2 was the second half of the book. And I think now that book is now closed. I mean, obviously, I do think at some point we are going to be seeing Sylvie again. Maybe we might get to see Obi again. I hope so, because I would love to see Ki-Hai Kwan back as Obi again. I just love that character. You know, like I said earlier in this video, Mobius and Miss Minutes, they're reported to be in Deadpool 3 next year in July, when that movie comes out on the big screen. So, and the TVA as well. You know, also as well, I should say that, you know, He Who Remains, who again reappears in the series because of the whole time travel aspect to Loki and stuff. You know, Jonathan Majors kind of reminds us of how terrifying He Who Remains is. You know, he already knew what Loki was going to do before he even done it. Or he already knew what Loki had already done in the timeline that he was in with He Who Remains. It was so scary. It was very, very scary. So, you know, now that, I mean, I'm very confused. Is He Who Remains basically now alive? I'm assuming so. And I'm also assuming that Victor Timely is out there in another timeline and again is alive. So far, technically, there's only been one variant of Kang that's died, and it was the exiled one in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. So, given the fact that a week ago I said 3 variants of Kang have died now, it's now reverted back to technically 1. Okay. But, you know, I love the fact that, I mean, it is a shame because I do feel like the Marvel TV shows are kind of up in the ante in terms of like the multiverse saga, whereas the movies itself aren't really doing that at the moment. And I'm kind of there like, you know, we're only a few years away until 2026/2027 when you're going to be doing your next Avengers movies, right? You know, maybe they need to start doing stuff with the multiverse in their movies and starting to weave it in between the TV shows and the movies as well, you know, and keep that going. But all in all, though, you know, I love the fact that Loki kind of sacrificed himself to kind of become the god of stories, you know, and to try and save other timelines from imploding and not existing and all of that stuff. So, honestly, I think it's really, really awesome. I'm not going to lie to you, was it a shock that that happened? No, because a lot of people were saying about a week ago, or 2 weeks ago actually, a lot of people were saying that, you know, oh yeah, this is going to happen. You know, Loki is going to become the god of stories. So it's kind of sad because Mobius has technically gone his own separate way. Sylvie has gone her own separate way. Loki is on his own as well. But yeah, I mean, it is kind of a sad ending, but at the same time, it's kind of like, okay. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna be honest here, okay? I'm gonna do my TV wrap-up ratings the same as what I would do with Letterboxd. So in terms of star ratings, out of 5, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna give Loki Series 2 4 stars. Because, you know, there are 4 episodes in this series that I thoroughly enjoyed from start to finish. And, you know, and it's just a shame that the first 2 were kind of sloggish for my liking. But as soon as it started going, yeah, that was it. I was invested. So, there we go. That is my review of Loki Series 2. The whole series, as well as Series 1, is available to stream now over on Disney Plus around the world. If you have enjoyed this video, feel free to let me know. Feel free to give this video a like. Let me know in the comment section down below, have you watched Loki yet? If so, what are your thoughts on Series 1 and Series 2? And where do you think Loki might be seen next? Do you think we will see Loki again? Who knows? Feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. And if you are new around here and have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, then feel free to hit that subscribe button to become a Stevo if you've liked what you've seen right here. I will be back on Sunday this weekend to talk all things movies with my movie wrap-up. But until then, though, it's goodbye. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys again in my next YouTube video.